That's what I'm talking about. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Comic Book Roundtable. I am your host, Stone Loki. Good evening, one and all. And let me welcome my host. Holy shit, Mark, that's you.
Yeah, that's how I felt. I felt like a 15-year-old again after watching the last 5 episodes of X-Men '97. So, even though I wasn't 15 in '97, but I still felt like a 15-year-old. Sorry.
It's the cheeks. I can tell. You got your cheeks.
That's me.
Let me welcome the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend. He used to own a comic book shop and has more comic book knowledge than anyone else I know. Clobberin Times.
Anyone else except for 24/7, Mark Tires, or Classic Comics. Other than that, I'll be in the top 3,000, well, maybe 300,000. But thank you. Okay, 3 million. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. How's everyone doing? What's up, my friends? Hey. Look at our great friends in the chat. A lot of good friends are there. There's Penny, the great Chris Berger, and Lord Thoth. Avon lives, long live the Legion, buddy. Look at PJ in there. Hey, PJ. Larry. What a great group we have. And buddy, Loki, I always love the Comic Roundtable. This is home for us comic geeks.
Thank you very much, brother. You guys make this place what it is.
Yes, sir.
And let me welcome next to Clobberin Times, the one and only Classic Comics. How are you doing, brother?
Hey, man. Thanks for having me back again. And hello to the chat and all the guys here on the panel. Good to be back again. And I don't have as much comic book knowledge as Clobby does. I will certainly cede that.
Come on,
I hold my own, though.
I guarantee you destroy me in any trivia contest ever.
Only because you tank it just to prove a point.
Yeah, no, I think you've got it all over me in Silver Age stuff. I think I could maybe match you like with Bronze Age or forward.
But I can't remember anything, so you'd have me beaten white.
Oh, well, there is that.
There you go. My memory's garbage. Hey there, Tim. I didn't mean to leave you out there, brother.
Of course, another legend on this table. The guy who loves to blow shit up 24/7 Fusion Media. How are you doing, my friend?
Man, I'm good. Just happy to be here. Like I said, what's up to everybody in the chat? Shit, love you guys. Like I said, what's up to my panelists, man? I love you guys too. And I'm just glad to be here, man. Ready to talk some comics, some X-Men, and whatever else may come along in this conversation. But I'm just ready to blow that shit up, man, and kick it with y'all. So let's make it happen.
Unless we not forget our special guest of the evening. He is the angriest wrench on the internet, Mark the Infinitely Tired.
That's all fictitious. And even though I didn't own a comic book shop, I did work at one. So I kind of worked there I worked for 4 years at a comic book shop. So
there you go.
God bless Gold Dragon and Buddy Turk.
Yeah, there you go. It was a good shop, by the way. I've been there.
Excellent shop.
If your anger is all exaggerated, then that means that Mike's donkey adventure with Taco was exaggerated. His stories about Alf were exaggerated. The jumping out of windows with MILFs was exaggerated, and him running for president is exaggerated.
That's all true.
Yeah, that's all true. I mean, come on. And plus, who can hang with Mike? I mean, I can't hang with any of that.
No, he's the best.
Then you are the angriest wrench on the internet. Let me welcome everybody. First in the door tonight was Henry Gambles. Hail, Henry. FKHC 2005. Hail. Hope you are doing well, my friend. Chris Berger, the Wrench of Wrenches, is here. Akimi, what is up? Akimi Morris says, hey, you guys. How are you doing, Akimi? Hopefully you're doing well. Claude Sailing is here and says, how?
Hey.
How are you doing, Claude? Lord Thoth. The evil one, LT. What is up, brother? Good to see you. Penny says Loki and horns and fire and brimstone and yes. Good evening, Penny. Let's see who else we got. We've got PJ, Lokestar, PJ. What is up? Me and PJ will be back next Monday. And boy, do we have a surprise for you.
Hey, PJ. All right, cool.
So
Mexican Iron Man versus Erica. That would be awesome.
Oh, it's better than that. Should I tell him, PJ? Should I say anything? Should I tease him?
Nah, don't ruin it.
Positively positive. Next Monday, 11 p.m. I'll just say Playmate.
Oh,
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 That's all I'm going to say.
now
That's it. Joe Dog, what is up, Joe
Hey,
Dog?
Joe,
How are you
going with
doing?
that gun in your hands? Joe's a good feller. Good feller.
The man's so nice, you got to say his name twice. Larry, what is up, Larry? How are you doing, my friend?
Even thrice, I say
is
Larry.
Larry. So good to see you, Larry. All right, let's talk X-Men. How do you want to?
Sorry.
I love Pops' clip where the guy is explaining to Kamala Khan that she's a mutant. He's like, "You're a mutant," and it's like, no. Oh, so I mean, how do we want to start this off? Who has seen the finale of X-Men, and who hasn't? Because if you don't want spoilers, you might want to take like a
Give him a warning.
10-minute break because we're going to talk spoilers. I'll get the spoiler banner going. No, I don't want spoilers.
Spoilers.
You're a mutant, Harry. Spoilers now. So I'm still going to give you a couple of seconds to bow out if you don't want to hear this. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. So the last time we saw X-Men, previously on X-Men.
Soap opera. Previously soap opera. Like 5 minutes later.
it was still good. It was.
Yeah, I'm just saying. With X-Men, you're getting into a soap opera.
Oh, true. The Young and the Mutants.
So
as the mutant turns.
Magneto got let out. Human Sentinels. Humanity coming to an end. Mutants coming to an end.
Mass hysteria. Yeah.
And Magneto gets free, goes to the North Pole, and shuts everything down. Sends out a electromagnetic pulse, flips the poles, however you want to describe it. He uses his power to shut down every electrical device on the planet. Everything. Nothing's working. That includes the Sentinels. That includes everything.
I think he basically shut down the core of the Earth is what he did.
Although some stuff was still working for some reason.
True.
I
don't know why, but yeah.
Bastion had backups. Even though I think they go
So
ahead.
did the Avengers.
Oh, that's true. I think they skipped a really big thing by not doing Nimrod first and jumping straight to Bastion. That's one complaint I had.
Oh, they squeeze stuff in so much. Yeah, I don't like Bastion, but I mean, yeah.
Well, yeah, there's another complaint I have, but we'll get to it when we get to it. And Loki knows. I'm pretty sure we all have that same complaint.
Do we now? So,
one tiny one.
So I'm thinking this is it. This is the season finale. Oh no. We've got more. They decide to go to Magneto's asteroid M,
right,
and stop him. Rogue decides to join Magneto. What is it? Pulsar? Jubilee's little friend. Is it Pulsar?
Oh yes, you mean? Oh, her little friend. Oh, you mean
Sunbeam?
Sunspot.
Yeah.
Sunspot. Okay. Sunspot goes with Rogue and Magneto. X-Men go to Asteroid M, fight Magneto. Charles is trying to take over Magneto's mind. Wolverine ends up stabbing him. And Magneto's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to rip the adamantium right out of your body.
Yeah, he messed Wolverine up.
That shriek was everything and more that the comic get that put. I mean, that like Loki and I discussed it, and I agree with him. That was exactly what I felt like it would have sounded like if the comic had been, if comics
Right.
had sound.
No,
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was horrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much. Yeah, I mean, that whole fight was like one of the best things. It's one of the best fights I've seen in a cartoon in a long time. Not really an animated series, I should say. Don't say cartoon part.
Mark, again, we teased it about who knows what. You know way more about X-Men than I because I've stopped reading it as a regular series back in the mid 80s or something. So you tell me. I know Morph was barely there, but is it a proper use of his powers that when he mimics the visual look of someone, that he has their powers also?
Nah,
There's a whole character called Mimic that they're kind of mixing him with now.
Yeah.
Is that what? But they didn't do it on the cartoon
But-
before that, did they?
But no, and the thing about Morph is, like you said, he's a conglomeration of characters that wasn't really a regular X-Man.
Right. Changeling, Mimic.
Yeah, I mean, that's borderline on. And Mystique, she can't really mimic people's powers.
No.
So I mean, he's an OP character, and I hate him.
Because it was cool when he takes the space of, when he, for example, disguised himself as the Hulk and he could trash Sentinels and stuff. But that makes him so powerful now. All of a sudden, which wasn't there before. They never explained why, unless you know of a place where they explained it.
No, I don't. No, there was.
Explained it.
No, I mean, he is an Omega. In this, he would be an Omega level mutant, and there's only a handful of Omega level mutants in the X-Men.
Unless you make it, they need to come along with some sort of explanation and say he could do it for very short periods of time, maybe, but it's totally not the powers he had. Now I know. Remember, he died in the very first episode of the original series, and he was barely a character anyway. He was made up maybe mostly for that series, right? But then seasons later, turns out that Mr. Sinister had him all this time. And so, if you want to say, look, he did something to him and changed him in some sort of way, or whatever, and he can maybe assimilate the powers of whomever he copies for a brief period of time or something like that, I think most people would buy into it. It would be fine. But I mean, now he could be the freaking Hulk.
Well, the thing is
Crazy.
that if they're going to go that route, he at least has to fight them to see how their powers work. I mean, you just can't ultimately give somebody that kind of power. I mean, that's God level power.
It's crazy.
I mean, you just sit him down and let him take on Apocalypse, Magneto, and Mr. Sinister and completely wipe him out by himself. I mean,
nutty. They should know better than that.
Who needs superheroes when you got Morph? Which
Right.
I think that character should be dead. By the way, he should.
Yeah, they did bring him back, but yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. He died in the first episode. Remember?
Oh yeah, yeah.
We thought, yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, he is way OP.
You know why they brought him back, though. I won't say it.
Oh yeah. That part's coming. That's the part I didn't like.
No,
that was terrible. Yeah, we'll get to it. I mean, I don't want to jump ahead too far ahead.
In part 1 and part 2, by the way.
It's a two-parter.
Well, yeah, this was the finale was 2-parter, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a 2-parter.
And there was something said in the first part, and then there was something that happened. I know what you're talking about. Like, yeah, go for it.
I'm sorry, 24.
No, I'm saying that's that juicy stuff that everybody been talking about.
Yeah, but what's more important is the cameos that were on the show.
Yeah,
there were a ton of cameos from Alpha Flight, Cloak and Dagger, Spider-Man, Mary Jane. I mean,
Captain America, Iron Man.
It
was that terrible '90s cartoon armor for Iron Man. No.
That one. The one with the triangle, triangle chest piece.
But to be fair, that was what they had in the cartoon at that point. So Cap was there doing nothing, unfortunately. But it was cool seeing Daredevil, man.
Yep. It was cool. I was shocked.
Spider-Man was on last week. The week before.
Well, he's in this too.
Yeah.
You don't see Spider-Man. You see Peter Parker and Mary Jane.
Right. But you saw Spider-Man a couple of weeks before that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think they pulled Cloak and Dagger, which was just like, wow, they're going obscure with some of them because a lot of people don't know who Cloak and Dagger are. Well, not in the modern age, they don't.
And Morph turned into Mr. Fantastic for like 1-2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah. Which
Which I
begs the question: where was the Fantastic Four and the Avengers when all this is going on? With the whole world is being threatened.
True, because the X-Men have more. Well, the Fantastic Four and the X-Men have ties. I mean, why aren't they there?
I mean, you could at least you should explain stuff like that.
Yeah,
Oh, they're gone. They're doing this. They're doing that.
they're fighting Galactus and saving Silver Surfer for the umpteenth time.
Yep.
But if you want to get to the meat and potatoes of the story, why everybody hates it, I'm ready to discuss that too. But is there anything else you want to talk about, Loki? Or classic to chime in, or 24?
Yeah, what'd you think, classic?
Well, I haven't seen it. I haven't watched the show,
okay.
honestly.
I did not know that.
Yeah, but I didn't. I'm fine with being spoiled. It's fine with me. I don't mind.
Yeah, gotcha.
I don't have a whole lot to add, unfortunately.
No, I hear you.
Well, I'll go ahead and say it. Morph turning into Jean Grey and reassuring Wolverine after he has adamantium pulled out of him. Yeah. Character's got to get. I mean, that's no place in the story.
Yeah. Remember in the first part of that though, Rogue refers to Morph as them. I'm like, oh god.
Yes, them.
You don't even have to be on any side of that dumb debate about pronouns to go. It was 1997. Nobody talked like that.
No.
Nobody.
No.
And by the way, since when was it established that Morph was still a dude? I don't care what the dumb thing he was wearing. He was a dude before. And then
yes, he was.
There were a couple of slight little innuendos, like how he was palling around with Wolverine about it. But then you could tell that maybe they were trying to insinuate something. But Wolverine still wasn't. It's not like Wolverine was into him. So you're like, who cares? Then go for it, Mark. I'll let you handle what happened in the last episode.
Oh, well, I mean, full tilt into it where Wolverine's basically laying on the bed. And if you don't know the story about what happened with his adamantium getting ripped out, he's basically on the borderline of dying, and Morph is there to console him and take care of him, and turns into Jean Grey to console him a little bit more. I don't remember verbatim what was said, but it was completely
he
out
said,
of
"I
place.
love you. I love you, Logan."
Yeah,
said,
don't die.
You won't hear it from Jean. So he said basically, since Jean won't say it, I'll do it. And he turned into Jean, and said it. I love you, Logan.
Man.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
in more innocent times, and we weren't the times we were in now, and it was in the old back in the 90s, and you're going, he's doing that to make him feel better. He's, friend, but we all know that.
You mean they might have gotten away with that back in
it just would have been, you might have even bought it as a fan. You might go, well, he's doing that because he cares about his friend. And
back in like 97, 98. Yeah.
He thinks his friend's going to die. I mean, he can't even really hear him anyway. He's in a coma, whatever. He's trying to be, do something nice for his friend, but we all know that's not the case.
Yeah.
Not in 2024, huh?
I mean, they could have gone any kind of route with it. Leave the story alone and let the story be told. There are gay characters in the Marvel universe. Quit making characters that aren't gay just to suit a purpose.
Well, let's be fair though, Mark. We don't know what Morph is because he's almost made from whole cloth for the cartoon anyway.
True.
So that's one thing.
Yeah.
But and he fancies Wolverine, and Wolverine's not into him, but it's still there because again, if we haven't been going through what we've been going through socially in the current year, it wouldn't have been that much of a big deal. Even if they came out and made the character gay at one point in the 90s, it wasn't that much of a big deal, even if it were in comics. But it's because what these people making the show represent, and we know they're doing it for virtue signaling, and they're doing it for pandering and all that other stuff.
Well, I was kind of thinking, what happens if they have like where Morph turns into some chick that Wolverine wants to bang, and Wolverine ends up smashing the cookies, and all of a sudden you get to find out it's old Morph. He done
Hold on.
I'm just saying, he done full of cheese whiz. I don't know. I'm just saying.
First episode ever of the 90s X-Men. Instead of pull back, Morph goes, Logan, pull out.
X-Men 69. Oh,
I mean,
Oh.
Oops.
well, I mean, they did have Mystique grow testicles and impregnate Destiny, so anything's freaking possible, even in the cartoon. I mean, come on.
God help
Oh.
I hate to
us.
bring that up, but I
What?
mean, it has to be touched on. I mean, that's what
What?
Marvel is.
What you mean, like recently or something?
Oh yeah, it's in the books. That's how
Like-
Nightcrawler.
Oh yeah, you didn't hear about
Nightcrawler's-
that?
Yeah.
Is it recent?
Oh,
Look,
yeah.
you can be messing with me, and I
what
totally
happened?
believe it.
It's true. That's how
Yeah.
Nightcrawler. That's Nightcrawler.
The new, yeah,
Okay. Well, isn't that nice?
that's the new origin for Nightcrawler. Is he?
Well, they've already made Wolverine gay anyway in the comics. I mean, in the comics, which means garbage.
Hercules with Hercules,
And-
yeah,
yeah,
but it
and
wasn't.
with,
It wasn't the prime.
Well, there was
Wolverine.
one with him and Scott and Jean too, wasn't there? Something like that.
Oh, that was. I think that was wasn't that fan made?
No, I thought there was a comic. I don't.
There
I wouldn't
is.
know.
There
All I-
is.
Yeah.
I think you're right. There is. I'm
I've
pretty
heard
sure.
about it, and that's all I'll ever do is hear about it. So
Well, I stopped at House of M. I just read some of the dirt sheets still that pop up. I haven't really truly collected in a long time.
like modern crap.
Man, we all need to get those new X-Men omnibuses on the on the Wolverine, Jean Grey, and Cyclops, and we read it and fucking
Yeah.
do a fucking review. Yeah, man.
They would. Yep, that's one thing you can be sure of. There will never be any of that stuff collected because nobody wants it. Again, say what you want about collections, like trades and stuff there, 24. But the reason they are collected in those things is because people want to read them. There's no new crap. They'll never have to worry about the trades. It won't happen.
So, all right. Well, I mean, what do you think? Well, okay, then why is it that Miss Marvel always gets, as much shit as they put out on her and her shit gets canceled?
Because they're hard headed, but eventually they're going to stop.
I mean, but her shit stays straight, goes to like trade paperbacks and.
I know it did, it does, but not for the most part. New stuff, they're going to stop doing that. I'm saying. You're right. They do make it now, but I think they are. You got to have somebody wanting to buy them, don't you?
Chris Persia makes an excellent point. He says, "Look, Wolverine refused to sleep with Shield because, in his own words, he didn't want to be with Juggernaut's sloppy seconds."
Wow.
That's what he said about She-Hulk?
Yep.
So she's been with Juggernaut. So I don't.
And Matt Murdock, apparently.
That must be. Well, that's the stupid TV show. That's the stupid. Anytime you talk about modern stuff that I don't know about, I always ask. So that someone did that? Somebody
Someone
put that in
did
the
that.
comic book? Okay, whatever, man.
Well,
Juggernaut.
the sad thing is Juggernaut's part of the X-Men now too. From what I've seen here and there.
What is this fantasy with
not a
making the bad guys? Yeah, he's not even a mutant. Spider-Man, yeah, because they did that with Sabretooth too. Sabretooth joined the X-Men. And I'm like, horse shit.
It's just that I know what that is, though. That's not just comics. That's modern culture. They embrace degeneracy and bad. They don't like the demarcation between good and evil, good guys and bad guys. They love those lines blurred because these people are themselves projecting their own degeneracy into things that, like comic book superhero stories, which are supposed to be about clearly distinct, stories about good versus evil. They don't like that. They don't like the distinction made. And so they like to blur the lines and do stupid shit like that. And it's been going on for a while. It's not like it's brand new. That's happened, but it's just now it is par for the course. Now it's the rule, not the exception.
Yeah.
Right. Well, they got that Spider-Man turning into the Green Goblin type shits.
Yeah.
They did what?
Yo, you didn't see that, dude? Look it up. They have Peter Parker on a fucking glider with an altered spider version of the fucking Green Goblin suit.
Oh, Jesus.
Man, hell, fuck yeah, man! And they just did that within the last couple weeks.
Wasn't it bad enough that Doc Ock took over Peter Parker? I mean, they're going from villain to villain.
No, wasn't it bad enough when in Spider-Man 3, him and Harry, Goblin 2 Jr. or whatever, look like the ambiguously gay duo running around New York? I got you, good buddy. All right, I'm right behind you, buddy.
That movie sucks.
Yeah, Loki. You should check out that new fucking Green Goblin, Peter Parker or Spider-Man as the Green Goblin. That shit is.
Or should you?
Yeah, that shit's wild. Pull it up.
Arlena.
That shit look-
So Juggernaut's in the X-Men. That's great.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, doesn't he have like an X on the middle of his helmet?
Yep, he sure does. A big black X across his helmet.
Yeah.
The Juggernaut, bitch.
Well,
I'm the
he had a-
Juggernaut, bitch.
yeah, he had a all black suit with a red X.
Oh, it was? I thought it was his rust color sheet with a black X on it. I'll have to look it up.
Professor X's stepbrother, but I mean,
Yeah.
oh boy.
But I mean, if they're gonna go with modern stuff like back in the 80s, the God loves man kills
Man
that
Kills.
graphic
Great.
novel.
Yeah.
That was an awesome graphic novel,
was.
and that's how you handle modern issues in a comic. If you've never read that graphic novel, highly suggest you pick it up because it
Yes.
handles the 80s and the themes of the 80s very well.
Excellent.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. Huh?
I mean, I'm trying to find a picture to send to Chris of the Juggernaut with that, and I can't find one.
There he is. Oh, there he is. He's got
Yes.
an X on.
Yep, the red X. You were right. 24. My bad. I thought it was the rust color
Well,
symbol or the
What's
rust.
this
Not
crap
wrong.
about him being with She-Hulk? That's silly.
Man.
Arlena says she loves the X-Men, my first comic book love.
Cool. Well, many do. They're big stuff. I mean,
Man, I used to love the X-Men. Today I don't know what the fuck to think of them.
it's so good. It was just so good when they were revived, the new X-Men. And again, I love the old group, but it didn't do that well. And then 1975 Giant Size X-Men #1 just comes on, and X-Men 94 from there on. It just get bigger and bigger. The Cockrum era, then the Byrne era, Baron Austin with Claremont working with both of those guys, and for the long time it dominated, and so much so that I think it became so big that it didn't matter. They became too big to fail, really, because after in my opinion, the book kind of went down in quality, and I kind of left it after a while. It just didn't matter if I did or not. It just continued to soar, and forever it's never lost its popularity, and it's always been huge. So it's a big it's one of the biggest success stories in all of comics as far as popularity of a group. No question about it.
It could touch themes that other comics couldn't touch. I think the closest that anybody would come touching themes like that would be Teen Titans.
Yeah, love New Teen Titans. New Teen Titans was at the time a book giving it a run for its money for a while.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it didn't last. It didn't last though, like X-Men did.
Oh yeah, I love it. Yeah, it didn't. You're right about that.
It had a
man,
run.
'cause
Now.
I have every issue of the new Teen Titans.
Both series.
Yeah, both series. Yeah, even
Nice.
when Nightwing when they redid the #1 with Nightwing on the cover. Yeah. I have that autographed too. I have both #1s autographed.
Nice.
Eventually, Oh, cool. Eventually, Perez
Perez.
left it. When
Ooh.
Perez left, it kind of wasn't as didn't look as good, of course. But that happens with every comic. Yeah, that happens with every comic. The favorite artist eventually leaves it.
Well, dude, those two comics to me were the two comics that could touch most social issues and get away with telling a good story at the same time. Even though I agree with you, it could get kind of soap opera-ish.
But again, they had a similar story in the sense that their original run didn't do all that great. I mean, New Teen Titans or the X-Men original run then somehow got revived in 75 for the X-Men and 80 for the New Teen Titans, and they just then just did a great run. But New Teen Titans kind of fizzled eventually, where X-Men, whether you like whatever run you like or not, to this day it's still gigantic. And and it had that great cartoon run that was so popular. So still big, just they don't make anything good anymore.
They don't build them like they used to.
Nope.
So there will be a second season of this, though, which is will there be a third? They're saying sales aren't all that, or like views aren't all that great. But again, it's Disney. Nobody watches anything on there anyway.
Yeah, I heard they're not even on the Nielsen.
Yeah.
So I mean, if they don't even show up on that shit, what does that mean about people putting their eyes on this on this cartoon?
I don't know, but 2 is being made. I mean, because it takes a long time to make animation. But I think it says probably there won't be a 3.
Right.
So enjoy while you got it.
Well, either they won't or they'll be hiring someone to continue it while they're making the second season.
Well, the guy who made the first season is already canned, so
Yep. And because he had piddle pictures on whatever, on OnlyFans or.
yeah. I still wonder if that's the reason. I mean, we're talking about Disney. They're a bunch of. Why would they care? I mean, in fact, he has so much. He has so much oppression armor. I don't know how. It has to be something worse.
You know what? You know what's worse? I know what's worse. You know what's worse? He made a fucking show that the fans like.
Yeah, I guess that's the biggest
He
sense.
made a show that people actually liked,
Yeah.
and they can't have that. So
I mean, look, I didn't take him at his word when he said he loved it and wanted to just make a good show because of some of the other dumb shit he would say. But I mean, yes, he stuck a couple of things we were talking about in there, but still, Larry Houston was a big reason some of that got done. People just completely gloss over him. He had been around since the early. I mean, he got his start with like Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, and he is the one. Yeah, it was behind a lot of the better stuff on the '90s X-Men cartoon, the Spider-Man cartoon at the same era. And even my wonderful Fantastic Four season 2 of that era as well, that cartoon that was really great. All that was turning that into a Kirby love letter. That last season, that second season of the 1996 Fantastic Four cartoon, that was all Larry Houston, and he was involved in this probably a lot more than we imagined because Bo DeMaio probably looked up to him because Larry'd been around so long, and he's totally not getting much credit for it. But I think he did have a lot to do with this. A good feller, loves cartoons, loves these characters.
Well, let's hope it keeps up the pace because I don't know. They could. I mean, this could go straight to the shit. Pardon my language. Go straight to the shitter after this season. Yeah. Somebody, if it gets a woke agenda to a woke.
Yeah. If it won't be Bo.
And someone summoned the Whim Power gods. Hey, y'all.
What you doing, purdy girl? Look at that armor. Y'all, what you doing, y'all?
Hey, y'all. So, final verdict, gentlemen, on season 1 of X-Men 97. Yay, nay, double nay.
Go for it,
Mark. Yay and a half. If they get rid of Morph, it'll be a double yay. But
so yay and a half because of what they've done.
Well, I mean, double yay. I'll say double yay. I'll go ahead and give a double yay because Morph is just so small in it. But I want morale in X-Men, and I hope we get them.
I said double yay. It wasn't perfect or anything like that, but it got really exciting toward the end. And again, it gave me some fanboy service. Again, I always say full disclosure, I'm not the biggest X-Men guy, but I've liked some of the runs that were done. The fact that we got something I didn't expect, which was a look at some of the classic costumes. Because one of my problems with the old show from the 90s was I couldn't stand a lot of the costumes or the lineup so much. We got to see a lot of things that, A, we did not see on the older series, and B, we got to see return to some of the classic costumes, which was beautiful. Stories were okay. Don't get me wrong. They were all right as well. But that was kind of the fun part of it. Some of the cameos were kind of nostalgic, and it does rely heavily on nostalgia, which is fine. That's what comic book revivals like that should do that. Could have definitely kind of done a lot better on some of their story management, and they hodgepodge a little bit too much. And yes, as the occasional. By the way, I hated that purple. Oh, I hated that purple outfit from Magneto. I'm so glad at the end there when he got into that glorious, Kirby designed
red and purple
costume. So,
I hate the M. I hate that M costume. So
it is from comics, but that's no excuse.
I think I might have a double copy of X-Men 200. I'm gonna send Loki.
You know what, Clobby? I know you don't like the blue Cyclops outfit with the bandolier, right? I know you don't like it. I love that outfit. That's the outfit that was in X-Men, Children of the Atom, Marvel versus Capcom, all those Street Fighter versus X-Men. That's the one that was in all that, along with Storm's silver outfit, which I absolutely love, Wolverine's blue and yellow outfit. All those outfits were in all those games, and they were in the comics when I was reading them. There was an outfit that Cyclops had before that was white and blue, and it had a big ass blue
X
X.
Factor. Yeah, that was the X
Yeah.
Factor.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's his X
that was
Factor.
disgusting. I hated that outfit. I hated it. And I remember my dad being like, "What do you want?" I was like, "I want X-Men figures," and he bought me the cheap ass.
The X Factor.
And it was the blue and the white one, and I was like, dude, I love my dad. I loved him, but I was like, what the fuck is this? I never said it to him, but I was like, thanks. And it's like, his little eyes light up, and he was like, oh, that's so cool. And I'm like, yeah, it fucking sucks because it's a wrong costume. Thanks, Dad.
You like me? Sound like me about costumes.
But
Dude,
I'll take that. I'll take that blue and yellow with the bandolier. I'll take that any day over that white and blue nasty ass full cap.
I'd take the white and blue one over that one, but I hear you.
Oh.
I hate that.
When he was in the blue and white uniform, he had a hat. His hair was out. He didn't have the full cap on. He shouldn't have. An X Factor, but at that time, that was when they all changed costumes.
Well, the figure had a full cap, thing. All you had was his visor and his mouth, and everything else was covered in that suit. And I was just like,
I hated Storm's costume on this show. So when she got that old one or original, I thought that was gorgeous. It was beautiful. She looked perfect.
I agree.
And then they gave us a little rebuke of the idiot Bryan Singer, because I remember, and we talked about this probably before already, but there's a scene
the black leather
in the piece of crap of the piece of crap X-Men movie from 2000, where one of them says, I guess it was Wolverine.
It was Cyclops. Okay, so Wolverine and Cyclops were talking, and Cyclops goes, "What did you expect? Yellow spandex?"
And I remember a buddy of mine was sitting there watching, going, "Hey, yes, as a matter of fact, yellow for sure. No one didn't have to be spandex, but screw you, dude." Yeah. So that always like a bitter pill, and then for them to turn it around and for Cyclops, what do you expect? Black leather. Thank you. And that's my favorite Cyclops costume. He's my favorite X-Man. I love that costume that he has, as of course being his Bronze Age, his new X-Men, giant size X-Men on costume. So I loved seeing that. I like either one of the Wolverine costumes. The yellow one's great, but I like the brown one too. So we got the brown one. That was really cool to see that. We got a lot of, we got Nightcrawler added to the credits in this, which was cool because I hate Gambit. Sorry. I hate Gambit. I don't like Jubilee. So I'd rather have Nightcrawler and Colossus and people like that in day. Too bad we didn't get Colossus. But we got Nightcrawler, which has been a lot of fun to get him. And and then we get Magneto's costume back. So just on an aesthetic fun level, it was cool seeing that. And the cameos made it a lot of fun as well. Seeing Spidey, I know it was 3 seconds, but it was Spider-Man. It was kind of cool to see that we're in the universe. Seeing Captain America for the scene we got, a couple scenes actually. Seeing Daredevil, wow, how cool is that? You get, even Alpha Flight, just seeing it for a second was kind of, I don't even care about Alpha Flight, but it was kind of cool to see that.
I had a buddy call me and was like, dude, they killed Gambit. No. And I was like, wait, use your noggin. He might be back. And
they all come back.
Yeah. Nobody dies at the X-Men. You know that. The only hero that's died in Marvel has been Captain Marvel. That's it.
Marvel even came back.
Yeah. Oh, he did come back?
Oh, yeah. Sort of. In a way, they brought him back. It was, but he's still, I think he's dead now, but I think they brought him back for a while.
Well, he's the only character that stayed dead for a while. I should put it.
Yeah, for the longest time, we all thought Uncle Ben stayed dead, didn't he? But
true.
Never.
I remember people would say, "Man, the only character that never came back was Bucky." Oops, that stopped. But that's a long time ago, of course.
Oops.
So, anyways, look, it's a fun cartoon. I've seen some fans still pick it to pieces and say it was woke this and woke that, and you have to make some pretty big leaps and stretch to find a lot of wokey crap in there. We've already named some of it, but it's not really reeked with that stuff. It's if you're a fan of that old show, I think you'll like it as a continuation. If you're someone just want to see a fun cartoon that has some cool stuff in it, you might like it. So,
Warlock did come back with Doug. It was Doug
Warlock came back.
Yeah, Warlock's back.
There you go.
June Wong with $5 Australian super chat says, "Hey guys, Clownfish is selling the last copies of the book I drew. I'm trying to get feedback and criticism would you guys get a copy and help me out? I will definitely get a copy. You've been coming on here forever. I will definitely have a copy. So you don't have to worry about me. I don't know the rest of these knuckleheads, but I'll get a copy. And if I get a copy, I'll share shit. So
You got to know where to find it. So,
it's over on
Yeah,
Clownfish.
Clownfish, as in the YouTube channel.
Yes.
Get the
What's the
info
name of
out
the project?
Hmm?
What's the name of the project?
Give me just a minute, and I can tell you because I do have.
Get some info out there for people to go look for it. Maybe plug it.
Here, let me share my screen.
While you're doing that, and Chris Thunderbird did come back as his brother, but that doesn't count. But still sucks. Sorry, I had to address that real quick.
Thunderbird, yeah,
Boring character.
yeah, he was boring. Thunderbird
So
was
you've
boring.
got Shadowbinders Volume 3, 1 and 2 reprint drive, last call. So you get a reprint drive for Volume 1 and 2.
Yeah,
You get a previously, you can do the $25 for previously on Clownfish. Shadowbinders Volume 3 is $40. Shadowbinders 1 and 2 HC is $60. And you pay $100 if you want Shadowbinders 1, 2, and 3 hardcover. Or get all 4 books for $125.
well, plug it. Put the info, the link in there. I guess people go check it out.
And put that link in chat. Where are you?
Hey, Pat S, what's up, bro?
Pat, it's Pat says, sorry I'm late. I was dealing with raw chicken. Can you guys start over? I don't think so.
Mm-mm. Just rewind. It's even better.
Rewind it.
Time around.
Yeah, it's even better. So thank you, June Wong, for your $5 super chat. Guys, this is his where'd it go? I've got way
You put
too
a
many
link in there.
tabs open. There it is.
You got a link. So
This is his campaign. There is a link in the chat. I'm going to pin that just for you, June. So that is pinned to the top of the chat. Guys, check it out. See what you can do if you want to order a copy. June's been an awesome member of this channel for a really long time. Least we can do is
Yeah,
shout
good
him
luck.
out.
absolutely, best of luck.
Of course, hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Classic. How many episodes of this did you see? Did you see any of them?
I've seen bits and pieces of a few, but I haven't seen any full episode.
What about you, 24?
Yeah, I've checked it out. I give it 2 snaps up in the twerk pump.
The whaty?
A twerk pop.
A twerk pop?
Twerk
Yep.
pop.
I know we haven't done in a long time. Loki has shown some hot chicks so 24 could get loaded.
Oh, I've got that. I'm working on that, guys. Yeah, I want to tell you something. If Sparta hadn't gone down, the PSU, I'm working on it. It should be fixed by today.
Mm.
If that hadn't happened, we'd have had male gaze this week.
Oh man,
That was a surprise. So that's one of the reasons why I was bugging Mark to get his ass up here. Was if I was already done with that, we would have had male gaze because I've got all the pictures. So
Nice.
we've got Wonder Woman, we've got Gwen Stacy, we've got a lot. We've got Mary Jane, we've got a ton of images to look at.
Oh, cool.
And if you gentlemen would like the not safe for work version, I'll be more than happy to send it to you. I just can't share those on this stream.
You don't need to get 24's blood pressure up like that.
No, you know. Oh,
Bring
shit.
back the male gaze.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Pat. So
I'll have my bag of quarters ready next week for the next one. Then
for anybody that's like, oh no, what is Loki talking about? I don't know if I can watch that. These ladies are completely covered. It's tasteful. They might have something that's like, about to pop out, but there's nothing overtly, yeah. So they're real nice, good looking girls dressed in Supergirl outfits and shit like that. So,
well, we don't mind if things pop out, though. You know what I'm saying? Let's put the disclaimer.
So I can give you guys a preview if you want to see a preview real quick.
Sure.
Yeah.
Give me just a second. I'm only gonna do one because this is a bitch to get. So give me just a second. Am I still sharing? Yes,
Yep.
I am. Okay, I'm gonna stop that for right now. Go check out June Long's comic book. Let's see. No, I do not want to look at that. I want to look at members because I am actually a member of this group of heathens that is into AI art.
You're still spoiling the. You still got your spoilers warning banner going.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
No more spoilers. Spoilers
We're
for
not
everyone.
spoiling anyone anymore, folks.
Post type. That's what we want. Public. There we go. Okay. These are the ones you can look at. Let's see.
Well, technically, he is spoiling the male gaze for when it pops
I guess
out.
he is. He's spoiling. I don't know.
No, we don't want her.
Sure we do.
Starfire.
Well, no, we don't want her.
We don't.
Right.
but
It's not that Starfire. God help
Not,
me.
yeah, not the TV one. Or not the.
I don't know if it'll let me look at this.
Or Sue Storm in her bondage outfit. Who was it? Was that Malice that possessed Sue Storm at that point?
Malice.
Bobby?
That was that stupid Mistress of Hate Malice dribble.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Collections.
Burn.
Great.
This is where Eris walks in and punches like you in this one.
No, I told her I was bringing the male gaze back. So
Don't think it bugs her. I don't think she cares.
okay, let's see. Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
You want a Wonder Woman?
Oh, well, who doesn't?
Save
All the world
image.
is waiting for you
There you go.
and the magic that you do.
Get ready. This is a preview of what you're going to get next week. So this guy knows his shit. He really does. Wonder Woman.
Oh.
Nice.
Do 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 do.
All the world is waiting for you.
I can bounce a couple of quarters off those thighs. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And there's more. So
It's a wonder you're the
a
woman.
lot more.
24 is awfully quiet.
Hold on. Well, I got one for 24. I got one for 24. Hold on. 24, are you there?
Yeah, you know what?
Okay, hold on.
I'm watching.
We're gonna give you a blow that shit up real quick.
Oh,
All right.
Gwen.
It's nice. Loke. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I only got one issue with these last two pictures though.
What?
They're drawn. They're not the real McCoys.
Oh, this is AI art, my friend.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, so let me give you an idea what's on here. Wonder Woman, Spider-Gwen, Jessica Rabbit,
Oh,
Mary Jane Watson,
let's see it, Jessica.
Claire Redfield, Jasmine, Daphne,
Who the fuck is that?
Lara Croft. Daphne's off of fucking Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
Okay. Who the fuck is Jasmine?
Laura Croft.
Jasmine's from Aladdin.
Oh, from Aladdin?
Katana. From
Katana
Mortal Kombat? Let's see.
Wow.
Okay, I don't like Spider Gwen either. It's a stupid name, and Gwen Stacy should be dead.
Yep.
Harley Quinn.
Yeah,
Rain from Blood Rain. Ashley from Resident Evil 4. Vampirella. Morgan. Lulu. Black Widow. Yennefer from The Witcher. Anyway, I could go on and on and on. We're going to do comic book ones next week. So there will be a video presentation of the male gaze next week. All right. You guys got anything to plug besides the pictures we were just looking at? Now's the time. We'll start with Clobby.
Well, in about an hour at 9 p.m. Central. Wildcard Wednesday night, but I'll have a topic for a change. The great D. Bud Martin, our good buddy, will be joining me. We're going to review a couple of Iron Man comics. He's the man that wrote the book on the Iron Man armor, and a good friend and a great wrench around town, and we'll have him on there. And then tomorrow at 4 Central Time, I'm doing a special show. It's my 1500th overall podcast ever, my 500th on YouTube, and 15 year anniversary celebration of doing this silly thing called podcasting or whatever. So I'll do a slight little celebration. Anyone who can make it. I know it's at an awkward time, but it was the only way I could fit it in. That number like that. So to single it out. So it'll be from 4 to 6, I think, Central. And of course, Loke, if you're available, if you're busy, I understand. But if not, if you want to come by and say hi, or anyone who does, please do.
What day is it?
It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Thursday,
I can probably make that.
4 o'clock.
It's Thursday.
She will just pop in, yeah. But anyway, so that's my big 50th anniversary thingy. And then tomorrow night, the Clubhouse, of course. I think I'll be on with Tom and Mid-Ditches after dark. After that, but then the Clubhouse at 9. The Blake 7, we on Clubhouse with Raquel and Mark. We review Blake 7 episode, Kolchak episode, a Star Trek comic and such. And on Fridays at 7 Eastern, 6 Central, I'm always on my good buddy J-Man's channel reviewing Jack Kirby's entire run of the Fantastic Four. And then, of course, next channel, I'll be on with him at 8:30. Friday as well, we're reviewing some amazing Spider-Man issues of the Ramita era with D-Bud. And then the Saturday night Star Trek.
Saturday night Star Trek.
There you go. Starting season. Oh, man, only one more season to review of Star Trek Vigature. So, yeah.
Oh, you're in the final countdown. It's the final countdown.
Yes. Only about 6 weeks to go. Thank you, God. So, yeah, there's that. Thank you, buddy, for having me. It's always great to be here on the round table with my good buddies.
Thank you for being here, brother. Seriously.
Say, Cloppy,
Yes,
I had a question. Do you ever review Star Trek Continues?
I have not reviewed it. I've seen them, but I'm never review it. We're reviewing the TV shows and stuff. The real, from
Real McCoys.
66 through 05. Nothing against the fan films. I've actually been on the set of Star Trek Continues, but never reviewed it.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right.
Well, I didn't know you were into those.
Of course, come on, man. I got a whole Star Trek collection. Of course, I own a majority of the original run.
Okay.
From the
I did not
70s.
know that.
So, yeah, I own all. Yeah. Huge, man. Huge Star Trek fan.
I didn't know. Well, it's cool. Great to hear. Great to hear that.
I was just curious, man, because I would love to see your you guys' takes on that. Because I watch your show every week.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Oh, of course.
I like Continues. It's okay. Like I said, I love that they approach it from a point of love. The fans do the best work and stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And all those. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if you ever consider doing it, I'll be there to watch it.
Well, cool. Thank you, man.
You know it, man. Of course.
Appreciate you, both.
Anytime, brother.
Classic comics. What do you got for us, brother?
Okay. Well, as long as we're talking about Star Trek, every Tuesday, I'm going through the original series right now and doing a live stream every Tuesday where I look at one of the original series episodes. I just did Dagger of the Mind yesterday. So in addition to that, I also have been taking a look at. I've got a video coming up where I am looking at the history of the Shadow and basically the origins of the character and how he originally sort of was created. And it's actually sent me down an interesting rabbit hole because there's his influences kind of stretch back to the beginning of the 1800s, and it's really interesting. And I'll have that out in a few days. And in addition, later this evening, I'm going to be putting out a video about an interview with Dan Buckley, the president of Marvel, who basically talks about why he thinks sales are bad, and it's kind of silly.
Wow, that figures. That's cool about the Shadow, dude. I like hearing about that. Yeah, because I love we gotta love the character, and I love reading about his origins and stuff. So that's excellent.
Yeah, it's actually, I had some really interesting sort of revelations as I was going through this.
Yeah,
because it turns out if you go dig back far enough, you find that the influences that help bring about the Shadow and Batman and all that lead back to a real person. A real live Frenchman who lived back in the early 1800s, actually.
Scarlet Pimpernel? No, I'm just kidding.
Scarlet Pimpernel.
No, I'm just kidding. But
kind of like a real life one in a way.
Real life one, yeah. Well, I will look forward to seeing that video.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
24/7 Fusion Media. What do you got?
Oh man, just working on some videos. Other than that, shit. That's all I got. That's all I got, man. Just should be having a new video up tomorrow. So other than that, just trying to get my feelers out there for doing live streams and stuff like that, and just hopefully getting ready to jump back into doing that. It's been a while. I mean, I know I do this here, but I'm saying, I'm on my channel, so that's. But I'm just taking small steps, man. Other than that, I'm just happy to be here, man. I love being here with the fellas. I'll be missing you guys, during the week and shit. So, when we get to catch up on Wednesdays, it's very important to me, man. So I'm just glad to be here. Everybody in the chat, love you guys. Thank y'all for supporting us individually and together as a crew. We love you guys, man, and none of this shit would be possible without y'all. So, thank y'all.
Damn straight, guys. Mark, you got anything?
VacTube coming up on Friday. Don't think I'll be doing any gaming with Mary next week because she's out of town. And coming up next week on the 1st, Deliciously Evil is the one little karaoke show up that I might be on for a little while to help support a friend.
Heck yeah. Don't miss the Deliciously Evil karaoke return of our beloved Mary's Game Room. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back tomorrow morning for Thirsty Thursday. It will be me and Pops talking about should you celebrate May the 25th? Should you celebrate anything Star Wars now? Is that acceptable? Or are you immediately going to get blasted online for being a Disney lover and a shill and blah, 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 just because you celebrate their original series? Is that a sin now? Is it terrible? What the hell is all that about? So we'll be talking about that on Thirsty Thursday tomorrow morning. And I'm hoping, I don't know if we will or not, but hopefully Adeg and I will be back Thursday night. So until then, guys, take care. Be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes! And all that fun stuff. And always speak friend enter. Have a great one, everybody.
Night, everybody.
Night.
Peace.
I was waiting on that. Peace.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.